I'm Gary Wells and I'm the CEO of Involve Kent, and we're proud to be able to offer statutory carers assessments to carers on behalf of Kent County Council. Every carer has the right in the UK to a statutory carers assessment. This sounds a little bit intimidating, but actually it's just a way of staff sitting next to people, finding out how we can better support them in their caring role, finding out whether there's any way that they can access additional support, including short breaks. It's a right that every carer has, and we would urge carers to take up statutory carers assessments. Throughout this video, you'll find out more about statutory carers assessments and how they can support you in your caring role.
People don't recognise themselves as carers because they're a mum, or they're a sister, or they're a husband, or a wife, or a daughter. I think that people don't come forward for support because they are just getting on with it.
So when a carer first contacts Involve, the phone is answered by a team of telephone navigators. We will then listen to them, talk to them about their caring role, talk to them about their wishes, what support they'd like, and also talk to them about what they're able to do for themselves. So what is working well for them and maybe what is not working as well for them. Then we work together to provide information and advice at the point of the telephone call.
A carer's assessment can support carers to plan for the future and look at all eventualities. It can also look at the support they may need to carry on their caring role.
So a carer's assessment sounds, I think, quite scary to people. I think sometimes carers think that we're going to assess how well they care for someone, and that's absolutely not the case. A carer's assessment is really a chance for them to be recognised and for them to be able to talk about their caring role in a very conversational style approach with one of our workers.
I think I expected about the carer's assessment that it was going to be in depth, telling me my rights and my wrongs, what I could apply for, what I couldn't apply for, and I felt it very helpful.
Did then open my eyes up to the fact that actually, you know, I could even get a little bit of money as well. So I get an assistance there because obviously I gave up work.
The advice I would give to carers if they're hesitant about reaching out to us is that it's really important that you manage your own physical and emotional well-being to be able to effectively care for your loved one.
I never knew what to expect. I had worries of, oh, what can they provide? Because they tell you it's not for you. I mean, it's not for your son. Because most support we've had is for Fego.
We just sat and had a nice chat together, and she made copious notes, and then that was done. It wasn't, it was not threatening in any way. It was not difficult. It was important that those things were raised and identified and followed through.
The assessment process was an hour. It's an hour long. They asked you all the things, what you do with Fego, how have I coped, what have I been doing, and now that I want Fego to have a bit of independence, what will I do with my time?
Yeah, I mean, the carer's assessment and Involve has had a significant impact.
I think the carer's assessment on the phone took about 3/4 of an hour, but that was me asking questions as well as they asking me. It was very in-depth, as I said before. It was very helpful, and I learnt a lot of things that, you know, I wouldn't have realised before getting involved with Involve.
A carer's assessment is an in-depth look at someone's caring role. It can look at how their caring role affects them, whether that be physically or emotionally.
After the carer's assessment, supported, I felt, basically. There were people out there that I could turn to.
The assessment told me that I could claim for reduction in the council tax, so I did apply for that. I also had the fire brigade come out to check the smoke alarms and install any more that was necessary. Told me to to try and get a gardener, which I did.
She was able to get me the funding and I bought a computer, which has been very helpful.
I missed going to the gym and things like this. And so Michaela actually came up with the idea of a one-off assessment to try and kick me up the bum.
For people who are not as au fait with the social services network or the county council, and it would be invaluable.
Make sure that they're accessing any emotional support that they might need, and also social groups as well, because that can be helpful to meet other people that are in similar situations and shares ideas and experiences.
I would say to any carer out there, have the initial conversation with Involve. If you're thinking about maybe obtaining some support, have that initial conversation, because you'll find that you're not actually alone out there and there is help and support available.
If you think you might need some form of help, then take the step, get in touch. You know, they're there because they want to help, they want to give you options, tell you what's available.
I certainly would recommend a carer's assessment. As I say, there's some of the things out there you wouldn't even know about. I phoned Involve and it was a very easy process. Somebody was very good on the phone and they suggested that I have the carer's assessment, which happened within the next couple of weeks, I think, of phoning. So I would advise people to make that first call.
And we know the change